Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Excuse me, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Lovely to see you all. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Hello. We are good? Yeah, we're all good. Hello, guys. Nice to see you all. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to Limbus Company. Obviously, we are playing Limbus today. Oh, well, we're going to be playing Limbus. I don't know if we'll play Limbus. I haven't actually done my dailies today. I forgot to do my dailies today. So we'll probably do my dailies after we do about the stream. But I'll obviously be explaining what the stream is about. I'm a little bit unwell, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I only had after the stream with Frapolo. By the way, the stream last night with Frapolo was very fun. If you guys saw it, it was great. Frapolo and I did we did a strongest extreme for him, and it was very fun. However, I only got 3 hours of sleep, and I got home from work very late, because I had a late shift. So I am extremely exhausted, mentally and physically, but it's okay, because we're going to be obviously playing. We're going to be talking about the interview today. So, yeah, don't worry, guys. I will be getting rest after the stream. I promise you, everything will be all good in the hood. Half the things in the morning. Yeah, don't worry. There is some stuff that we'll be going over today and talk about, specifically the, what do you call it? The Nexon development conference, which I will be talking about, obviously. So, did we actually beat the MD? Well, I guess you're going to have to watch the edited video. I should probably ask for Polo to download the live stream. I'll make a video on it, because it was pretty fun, honestly. So I won't spoil it if we beat it or not. But let me just say that, you know, Frapolo isn't my apprentice for nothing. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I will be getting rest. I have a job. Yes, I do. I work every day. And because of because I was gonna stay up for Frapolo, a week or two, I shifted around. So I would do a late. I don't normally do it this late. I don't do late shifts. So so that's why I sound a lot more tired than usual. Because I usually get a good not half a day, but I usually get a good 3 or 4 hours of rest. But no, I got home maybe an hour ago, so I am dirty as fuck. Even Sundays? No. Weekends are bad. It depends if I feel like it or not. I can't relate. I'm sorry. I'll be unemployed as soon as possible. So yeah, that's why I'm so like this. But it doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. We're just going to keep it low cortisol today. And yeah. So let me explain to you guys. First of all, thank you guys for hope you guys are all doing well. Guys, tomorrow is the patch day for the Reflectrial. We will be playing Reflectrial tomorrow, which is the Imyuna, which is the monastic experience interval Reflectrial. There's also a video coming up tonight, obviously, guys. So there will be a video after stream ends. So if you want to see more content, there will obviously be a video. We will be playing the thing tomorrow. So, what is the Imyuan op? Central Kurokoma? I don't know. So, first of all, this notification is pissing me off. I gotta go grab this. One. Anyway. So what are we actually doing today? So, today, you might have been aware, or might not have been aware, but there was a Nexon developer conference where a bunch of developers / CEOs / game directors were invited to talk about on panels and talking about stuff. And our director, Kim Jihoon, was on a panel with, I believe it's the Blue Archive game director. Now, I know Blue Archive is a bit of a, people have, what do you call it? I'm not sure what the word is, but don't be silly. All right, let's not be silly, guys, about Blue Archive and I don't want you guys being inappropriate. Okay, we're gonna be talking strictly from the developer. Okay, we're not talking about the game. So, we have the two developers. We have the Kim Jihoon, and then we have the developer of Blue Archive. I'm not sure if it's a collab. I'm not sure. But I'm just letting you guys know, you know, be respectful, guys, and don't be inappropriate about this, because I know that there's a lot of things about BA and whatever. I'm not familiar with it. I do not participate. I don't know anything about it besides what you guys have memed about, I guess. Yeah. So let's be friendly. Yeah, we're gonna be friendly with each other, and we're also gonna be talking about the director, not necessarily the game. But let me show you guys the thing, and we will be talking about that right now. Here we go. So as you can show, let me just show you guys. Here we have Kim Yong-ha and Kim Jihoon. So we have life is ultimately a gacha. You just have to keep pulling. Now, this is an interview. Okay, this is a interview with obviously the as you can see we have the three from the left, the game editor chief of Nexon, and then we have the Nexon game director, and then we have Kim Jihoon. We are going to be talking about this now. If you might be asked why are we talking about this, I always talk about interviews and stuff because I think it's very interesting to know. These do usually go under the radar. I love talking about like ProjectMoon news when it comes to this like stuff. So for me, this is really interesting. I'm sorry if you wanted to see me do Mirror Dungeon today. I do not have the energy to do Mirror Dungeon. I do want to talk about this because I think it's really cool and potentially, you know, more information about it. So I guess we'll just start because there's this. Okay, so I don't know what this. So this website is called Even Global. Now there is a big thing about this site. They use AI generated art. Remember, chat, we do not condone AI generated art, but they do use AI generated art. I don't know why. It baffles my mind why this site uses AI generated art when the whole conversation is also about AI. Don't even get me started as to why that makes sense. But yeah, you'll see it when we scroll down. But as you can see, it's quite a long interview. I think it's like over the course of half an hour. So yeah, apologies about that, chat. I can't get rid of it. It's there, but we will be doing that. So let me talk. Let's start. So we have Kim Yong-ha and Kim Jihoon. And I don't know how I don't know if it's Kim Yong-ha. I think it's Yong-ha. Kim Yong-ha and Kim Jihoon. And then this is a quote by Kim Jihoon, by the way. Of course, this is a quote by Kim Jihoon, bro. Yes, that's why I put it in the thumbnail. Life is ultimately a gacha. You just have to keep pulling. Couldn't agree more, Kim Jihoon. Couldn't agree more. Anyway, so let's have a look here. So, as you can see, this is the Nexus Developer Conference. Topic, making the games I wanted to play. A live service operation log from Korean auteur PDs? I'm not sure what this means. We have Kim Yong-ha, Kim Jihoon, and Jun Woo-shu. Nexon Games, the ProjectMoon, and This Is Game. This Is Game, I assume, is the editor-in. So this is the editor-in-chief, right? So this is the person who will be conducting the interview. He is a poet. As you can see, this category is about game design and IP. Personal diary. Ah, okay, thank you. Recommended for developers defining the vision and direction of the game. Now, as a reminder, I don't think this is professionally translated, but this is, I don't know if this is like translated or whatnot. I'm not sure. So why is he wearing the Roland fit? He very much loves to wear, his suits, man. He's also got his glasses on, looking snazzy, looking professional. So let's go down here. We have lecture topic. Through the contrasting styles of Blue Archive and Limbus Company, we examine how a creator's taste and persistence are maintained and evolved in a live service environment. We discuss the direction of Korean auteur PDs amidst user feedback, global fandoms, and the creative landscape of the AI era. So this is pretty much a conference chat for game developers to, like, you know, come in and let the older people talk about their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like flex their shit. Auteur means a very specific niche. Like Tantura, their divines make their work singular. Ah, interesting. Okay. Thank you. We have two creators who enjoy unparalleled popularity in Korea have met. Hello, chat. the Nexon Games director Kim Yong-ha, who started with Magical Library Quora. Now, again, I apologize. I do not know anything about this. I do not know anything about Blue Archive. I do not know anything about the director Kim Yong-ha. So I know nothing. I am completely out of the blue. Who started with Magical Library Quora, led the massive success of Blue Archive, and is currently preparing Project RX, and ProjectMoon CEO Kim Jihoon, who has been unfolding his unique stories based on the distinct worldviews from Lobotomy Corporation to Limbus Company. The two, whose popularity is so immense that long lines for autographs have formed even before the lecture began, took the stage together. Wow. A common trait they share beyond their massive popularity is that they each created the games they wanted. Director Kim Yong-ha revealed his deep and wide geekiness to the world through his games, while CEO Kim Jihoon built a massive global fandom based on a worldview composed of literacy concepts and three-dimensional characters. The moderator was Zhong Wushu, editor-in-chief of the gaming media outlet This Is Game. Geekiness? Geekiness. I guess like nerd stuff, I guess. While the topic of the day's talk was Artois PD's live service operation log, the actual conversation flowed somewhat differently. Having rejected the labels of auteur from the start, the two developers began a more fundamental discussion, simply telling their own stories. This article has been minimally edited to improve readability while maintaining the flow of the conversation. Again, I don't know if this is AI generated translations. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know. I ended up here because I made the games I wanted to make. Zhong Wushu. First, let's talk about today's topic, auteurism. Making the games you want to make yourself. What do you both think about auteurism? Kim Yong-ha. I feel burdened by the term auteurism. In fact, I've never developed a game with auteurism in mind. When I first started, I thought I could make any game. I liked many genres and played a lot. But when I actually tried, I realized I wasn't good at creating a formula that everyone would like. If I kept trying to predict why someone would like it, I would gradually lose my way. Asking others if something was good during development didn't lead to good results either. After experiencing some failure, I realized that if I kept developing this way, I would end up making a game that satisfied no one. So I thought, why not try making what I really wanted, even if I failed? The game I made that way was Quora. Since then, I have learned that there are people who appreciate it when I show them what I like, and thankfully I've been able to continue until now. Kim Jihoon. I am similar. I didn't make games with some grand idea of auteurism. It just became what it is now because I made the games I wanted to make and thought would be fun. People started to like them, and I saw the direction they wanted as well. I've changed little by little through that process. So rather than being conscious of the auteurist movement, I just did it, and what I wanted to make was created. It might look like that in retrospect, but it wasn't intentional. What is auteurism? Auteurism is like... Someone explained it. Can someone re-explain what it means? Someone explained it, I read it out, and then I immediately forgot it. I think it's like making a... I think it's like the focus of like a direction or something. Is this AI? Yes, this is the AI art. It says AI generated. We do not condone AI generated art, especially of the directors here. This is the AI I was talking to you guys about. This is CEO Kim Jihoon prioritized the story in the game was just a frame to hold. Hey, well, could you not use AI art, guys? But this is AI art. We're going to just move on past that. Irrelevant. Focus on your wants. Ah, okay. Thank you. Kim Yong-ha. I'm suddenly curious. Did you have an ideal, wink, vision of the game you wanted to make from the start? Kim Jihoon. I definitely did when making Lobotomy Corporation. But strangely, the gameplay itself rarely turns out the way I want. When making Library of Ruina, I actually thought of a form where you watch auto battles unfold, but it ended up being a deck building game. So, from this comment alone, Library of Ruina was an accident. And Limbus Company was the game that Kim Jihoon was trying to make Library originally, which is what we know that now because he talked about it. But Library of Ruina ended up being a deck builder. He was trying to make an auto battler. Kim Yong-ha. You had played Slay the Spire before that, right? Kim Jihoon. That's right. That's just when Slay the Spire likes were emerging. It was so much fun. I tried various things, and that's how it turned out. Still, the stories, themes, and specific scenes I wanted to convey were clear. I focused more on containing those than on the gameplay itself. I thought the gameplay was enough if it provided an experience that could convey the story I wanted to show. Fortunately, in Limbus Company, it got closer to the combat I wanted, and I was able to compensate for the many regrets I felt during Ruina. So, before we move on, Slay the Spire was the inspiration to make Library of Ruina. How old is Slay the Spire, chat? How old is Slay the Spire? The hell? Is that... Library of Ruina came out in 2020, right? W Slay the Spire mode. He's like, man, I really like Slay the Spire. I should make that. W's, it's quite old, really? 2015? Why are you guys saying 2015's old, bro? 2019, 2017? Slay the Spire mentioned. And it talks about here, he says, the regrets I had during Ruina. Now, if you guys... 4 different dates? Really? So when he talks about regrets, guys, he's not talking about story regrets. He's talking about gameplay. He wanted the gameplay to be more like Limbus, which he mentions here. He says, Limbus Company got closer to the combat that I wanted. It's 11 years ago. It's 11 years. Oh. It's a board game? The hell? Is it really a board game? I didn't know that. Regret ego? Kim Yong-ha. I'm similar. I didn't think from the start that I had to make a game centered on experience. During career, I had a stronger desire to expand the grammar of existing pretty girl collection games to create a different kind of fun. Then I made the VR game Focus on You. And while making that, I thought more deeply about the experience aspect in VR. It was important to make the player feel like they really existed in that world. I pondered how to convey the presence of the character or the reality of that world. Kim Jihoon. So was Focus on You the catalyst that solidified the focus on the player experience? Kim Yong-ha. Exactly. Focus on You was a first-person VR game, whereas Kura had a structure where the protagonists were separate from the player. After experiencing the sensation of the players existing within the world through VR, I began to view Blue Archive as an extension of that. One of our division's catchphrases is creating a world you want to enter. I started thinking about how to make the world the players really want to enter feel realistic. I began to value how the player, as a person, forms relationships with the characters in the world. Hello, chat. So this is obviously the Focus on You. Focus on You, which caused a stir in the VR era. So obviously, Kim Yong-ha is talking about how he got toward, I guess, the latest game, which is being made. He is the director. Made a VR game. That's a very interesting. But I guess made a VR game. And then that's how he developed this focus on the player experience. Okay. Decent. Kim Jihoon. There was a part of Blue Archive that was impressive. The concept that smartphone UI itself is the screen Sensei uses or elements like the adult's card. Right, we made it look like a real card. Those Kim Jihoon. Those elements add a sense of reality, creating a unique flavor. Even though you made it very well, I think it will be difficult to maintain that flavor going forward. That's why I'm looking forward to it even more. Kim Yong-ha. It's not easy. Games have their own unique formats. If you make it too inconvenient to provide realism, it can actually break immersion. There are always limits. That's why I often compare games to cooking. Ultimately, I think it's important to decide how much I can compromise while maintaining the parts I find delicious. The next project, Project RX, is the same. It's kind of a credit card to store currency. Okay, interesting. Kim Jihoon. I'll be able to taste that flavor in Project RX too then. Kim Yong-ha. Project RX is really difficult because it has to produce a different kind of flavor. I'm working hard on it. So this was the end of this specific section, chat, which is I ended up here because I made the games I wanted to make. It pretty much just details the direction of how Kim Yong-ha and Kim Jihoon ended up kind of maintaining that, you know, finding the catalyst to create their game, I guess. Let's move on to the next one. Is user feedback the enemy of creation? Jung Wushu. Let's talk about feedback. Yeah, chat, this is most likely AI generated. I'm sorry. Again, I'm pretty sure I've used this website before as well in terms of like reading off them. But this is like the only site that has it. So I apologize for that. It's most likely AI generated. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Like, what can you do? Let's talk about feedback. You both said you aren't auteurs, but you have a clear direction and philosophy for game development. What do you think about changing games based on user feedback? Kim Jihoon. There are cases where I actually made changes. ProjectMoon fans would know, but during Library of Ruiner, the parts related to total opening were like that. What is that trying to say? Total opening? Still, as a creator, I have a clear skeleton of the world and appearance I want to make, and my pride. I really want to show this. I think this will be fun. However, in the process of adding flesh to that skeleton, there are times when I have to follow trends, or I make mistakes in settings because I thought wrong. Those are painful and embarrassing, but I fix them. Yeah, this might be it, yeah. It does kind of, yeah. Invitation? I guess it's probably invitation. Again, sorry, chat. It sucks, but... It probably means invitations, yeah. Related to invitations. I guess we'll figure out how that works. Kim Yong-ha. You've had the experience of tearing things down and starting over. right? Maybe the first version of burning books, yeah. We could still get the general idea at least. Kim Jihoon. I have. During the ending of Library of Ruina, I was greedy and made a big setting error. Oh. I can laugh about it now, but it was a really big problem at the time.
Yo, Lunashi.
Wait, Kamui, watch out. KJH might mention you.
I'm sorry? Kim Jihoon might mention me. First of all, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. What do you mean he might mention me? I guess we're going to have to keep reading and find out. Thank you so much. Greedy. This is greed level of Rodion, by the way. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, by the way, this is talking about the original ending for Library of Ruina. The original ending in Library of Ruina was the stuff that was Iori themed. I'm scripting. I tried to put in more than I originally intended, which caused setting conflicts, and I realized later that this isn't it. Eventually, I spent a week remaking the boss fight and script. Because of that experience, I try not to change things as much as possible now. That doesn't mean I'll never change them, though. Oh. I'm Korean myself. It is the realization. Oh. Okay, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that you have to witness all AI translations. I should probably make a note that these are AI translations. Not of my own free will, but do not own AI. Okay. So I think the original, yeah, because if I remember correctly, the original fight was didn't the original fight end at the ensemble? No, it was something else, right? It was, what was the last fight? It was before Angela Kita realization. I don't remember. It's about game design. Yeah, it's the Kita realization. Argalia, Silent Girl? I think Silent Girl was added. Might have been Argalia, I guess? Yeah. We didn't have Kita realization yet. There was originally no Kita realization. We'll move on. And another reverb. Ah, it was Angela. Right. Kim Yong-ha. Plans are always plausible, but in reality, they often don't go as planned. You mentioned user feedback. Since you do your own publishing and service, I think you might be relatively less swayed. Kim Jihoon. Not necessarily. I actually like seeing reactions. It's one of those reasons I make games. When I update, I look for reactions, see what posts are made, and look for videos of stream... Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me rewrite that again. And look for videos of streamers playing. I especially like watching their reactions during highlight scenes. If I see something lacking, I fix it. Oh, hell nah. Korean streams, though? It's probably Korean streams, chat. It's probably Korean streams. It's probably not us, guys. It's probably, but maybe it is. It's probably Korean stream. Maybe he's watching. A red spy is in the base. A red spy is in the base. Maybe he watches Taria? Maybe Kim Jihoon subscribed to Taria. He saw a clip of my stream. Or AI art. Feedback is important, but sometimes it becomes a subject of contemplation. It explains why your runs are rigged. Streamers react to grade 1 fixers. Kim Yong-ha. I think the publisher's feedback was actually harder for me. In the past, I had to constantly align opinions with publisher. They were characters we thought were fine, but the publisher would say they could be problematic in other countries. When that kind of feedback is repeated, sometimes the publisher feels more difficult than the users. Kim Jihoon. It's really great to be free from that, at least. Of course, I'm not talking about the present. Kim Young-han. Right, not talking about the present. Yeah, it's AI chat. Everything here is AI, fortunately. It says at the bottom here, it says AI generated. Kim Jihoon. The important thing is that a game can only exist if there are player reactions. I think I'm making a product, not an art piece. Ultimately, it has to be sold and consumed. So, I definitely refer to what players like and dislike. However, I don't reflect immediately. It hurts my pride, for one. Also, if you react too quickly, it might look like you're only following the opinions of the loudest people. Obviously, yeah, this is definitely machine translated. Slop. I know. There's a lot of taboos here, chat. Don't worry. We'll burn it after. But as long as we can get the general idea of everything, I guess, you know, we can benefit from that. So this part here about Kim Jihoon obviously has, you know, I definitely refer to what people like and dislike. I don't reflect immediately. It hurts my pride. It hurts my Saiyan pride. Second, if you react, it might look like you're only following the opinions of the loudest people. Yeah, Kim Jihoon has definitely been in this before many of times, chat. Kim Young-ha. Accepting feedback too quickly can also be dangerous. Kim Jihoon. Exactly. I think there are far more people who play quietly than those who write comments directly. I'm someone who doesn't usually write comments, so I'm more conscious of that perspective. Yeah, that's fair. So this was the section of feedback, of user feedback, aka publisher versus the, aka twitter.com, publisher versus the player, and the louder minority and the silent player, like the silent gamer. They have very similar philosophies, which I can see why they're both discussing this, or somewhat similarly. What the hell? What? Okay, hold on. What is this? Director Kim Young-ha can still go Geza, frustrate himself if it's only for a VTuber. What? What? Okay, I'm kneeling in the ground and bowing deeply. Do not touch your head to the floor. There was VTuber drama? Oh, what? Okay, I guess we'll read, shall we? Kim Young-ha. There is a case where I changed direction the fastest after receiving feedback. It was my VTuber. I can still do Geza for this right now. Yeah, I guess that's like the term of kneeling, right? To explain, I didn't originally like going on broadcasts myself. I'm very introverted and thought the senseis would prefer a different form rather than the developer appearing directly. I happen to like VTuber content, and I prepared it for quite a long time with the idea of trying something new related to Blue Archive. Kim Jihoon. I know you prepared very hard for it. Kim Young-ha. But in the end, our judgment was wrong. I watched the situation in real time, and the day I posted the apology, I was originally on vacation. But I couldn't help it. I decided that it had to be shut down immediately. Is there a reason why in this content is about a cancelled VTuber project with B8? Is this like inappropriate? What the hell? Is it because it's like a small child? Is that why? I can understand that then. The friends who became a dark history. Is this it? Is this the VTuber model or is this a collab? People didn't like it? People just didn't like it? Okay. Random kid. That is a VTuber? Oh, I see. It didn't match the vibe. Okay. Interesting. We'll move on then. I don't want to put them on blast then. So we'll just move on. Why are you funding a VTuber has nothing to do with the game? I see.
Yo, Lunashi.
It's not centimeter Archie. Blue Archive originally had a Korean-sponsored VTuber, but people found out the person behind the model was a terrible person, and wanted to cancel it.
Ah, I see. Thank you so much for the clarification. Blue Archive is really... Is this a different scenario, or is this something else? First of all, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. It looks to be that there's two different situations. Is there two different VTuber situations? Or is it the same situation? No, this one. This is one. Okay. Thank you for the context, guys. Thank you for everyone in chat. It had nothing to do with inside the person? Only one. Okay. I see, I see. This situation specifically doesn't match for what they're talking about. Right, okay. I guess let's continue with this chat so I can get more context for you guys. Kim Jihoon, I have a question. Why didn't you use Blue Archive characters at the time? Kim Young-ha, there were a few reasons. First, it was a project conducted only in Korea. If I connected it too closely with Blue Archive, it could have affected other service regions. Also, I thought a separate character was needed to implement interactions that were difficult to do within Blue Archive. I wanted to separate the role Blue Archive had from the role Iroha, I assume that's a character in the game, had to play. Personally, Kim Ji-hoon, personally, I think the reaction would have been very difficult if you had used Blue Archive characters. Kim Young-ha, that could be, but on the other hand, there was a risk that existing characters would be consumed in a direction different from the original intent. It was a decision made after much deliberation. Iroha cancelled VTuber project. Ah, thank you. Thank you guys so much for the live clarifications. It was a decision made after much deliberation, but ultimately the important thing, whether the senseis accepted it. If it wasn't accepted, our judgment was wrong, so we shut it down quickly. Yeah, guys, this is, so if you guys aren't aware what's going on here, this is a interview between the two directors. Obviously, we have the BA director, and we have Kim Jihoon, Kim of Limbus company, ProjectMoon. And they're kind of conversing about the topics related to, yeah, guys, remember, please, guys, be respectful. Don't do anything. Don't say anything, guys. We are, when we're not talking about anything deep here, we're just strictly talking about the game, like creation and the two developers. We're not going to talk about anything else. Did I miss anything? I just joined. We're just going over an interview right now, so that's about it. Yeah, we're just doing dev talk, guys. So just dev talk. Speaking of, let's move on to the next segment. Mental management is ultimately impossible. Kim Young-ha, actually, mental management isn't easy. It's even harder the longer you do live service. Accidents always happen at unexpected moments, and most of them come from completely unexpected directions. Jihoon Chu, is that why you created Shion Zhenshun? A meme about throwing developers into the Shion Zhenshun stream. Okay. What is this? Can someone clarify what this is? Shunshun? What? I have no idea what this is. Is it a Korean meme? He has a meme. A river. Probably some sort of inside joke, I assume. Yeah, it is an inside meme. Okay. It's an inside joke, chat. Kim Young-ha. That's not it. Lives. I remember when there was a stability issue after starting the Blue Lock Archive service. I couldn't just keep looking at the forums during that time, and I couldn't keep talking to the developers solving problems. I needed something else to focus on, so I started building keyboards then. It's just a river. Okay. Keyboard? Didn't you do ego searching? Whoa, hold on. Wait a second. Kim Jihoon, didn't you do ego searching? Ego searching? The true power of ego? What is bro doing? Kim Young-ha, I did. Something is lost in translation. Yeah, something is lost in translation, chat. I did plenty. But the more you do it, the harder it gets. You have to look at it, but you have to point it from a distance. I spent a lot of time like meditating while disassembling and assembling keyboard switches one by one. And I calmed down a little after that. I started brewing coffee. Okay, guys, no, I think he actually did mean... No, guys, I don't think there was a loss in translation. I think he literally meant building keyboards. Like, actually disassembling and assembling keyboard switches. That was not a translation. He's actually talking about... He's actually just talking about dismantling thing. Ego search. Searching for yourself online. Okay, thank you for the clarifications. He actually just started fucking around with keyboards. And then he brewed coffee. Acid? Reference? Coffee reference? He did actually build keyboards. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Kim Jihoon, I actually wanted to ask you about that. How do you manage your mental health? When I was making Lobotomy Corporation 10 years ago or Library of Ruina 5 years ago, I thought my mental state would get stronger after a few years. But it's the same now. I'm still shaken, stressed, and looking for reactions. Poor director. More AI slop, we're just going to ignore that. Mental management is not easy for everyone. They just pretend it is. Okay. Ignore that. No AI allowed? Kim Young-ha, it's not easy. Kim Jihoon, when you get counseling, they tell you to keep your distance. But I'm not good at that. Rather, if I'm not looking at the reactions, I feel like I'm not working. Or like my affection for the game is decreasing, so I keep looking. Kim Young-ha, Limbus Company itself is a story about facing hell. And it seems like you are constantly looking at hell, CEO. Kim Jihoon, that's right. I'm constantly looking at hell. Laughs. So after the company grew to a certain size, when I meet other CEOs, I always ask, how do you manage your mental health? But everyone was the same. They said it's hard even if they have many years of experience. Kim Young-ha, I don't think I've gotten used to it either. I just have more hobbies to escape to. Kim Jihoon, but can't you forget for a moment while you're immersed in your hobby? Kim Young-ha, that's right, for a moment. Kim Jihoon, although you eventually come back. Kim Young-ha, eventually you come back. Damn. Why'd that get so deep, bro? I'm feeling a bit emotional from that, chat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's pretty emotional right there. Yeah, that's pretty. Damn. I feel a bit emotional from that. That is sad. Yeah, that's sad. This is them having a deep talk. Deep thought, man. Yeah, just man. Especially this bit here. This bit here is like, dude. Oh, Kim to Kim. This part right here, dude, where it's like, I don't think I've gotten used to it. I have more hobbies to escape to. But can't you forget for a moment while you're a moment? Just a moment. And then eventually you come back. Eventually you come back. Damn. This shit is fire writing, but damn, it's also like, it's fire because it's actually like real writing. Like, it's real. This is real life. The waves were blue. Let's move on, chat. I broadcast to see reactions. Yun Wushu. Is it Yun Wushu or Jun Wushu? Jun Wushu. It sounds like mental management is ultimately impossible. Yet you both are doing live broadcasts. Receiving reactions in real time is also more stressful. I'm curious, why do you broadcast despite that? Kim Jihoon. I didn't start it because I thought it would help with the game development. I originally liked VTuber content. I just wanted to do it because I liked it. But after doing it, it actually relieved my stress. I like being able to talk in real time. It's frustrating when you can't say anything after an update, but on a broadcast, I can communicate it immediately. Kim Young-ha, you also had a talent. Ah, they're bantering with each other, dude. This is so nice. Kim Jihoon, thank you. Haha. When I meet fans in person, some say the voice is the same as Shu. That's supposed to be Xinjiang, obviously. But why is the face like this? They get hurt by the red pill. The reality, unintentionally. Yes, that is it. Anyway, for me, broadcasting helps with mental management. Thanks to that, I think I can get the strength to continue game development. Kim Young-ha. I didn't originally want to do broadcasts. Kim Jihoon. But you like VTubers. Young Wushu. Didn't you appear on a KBS once before? Kim Young-ha. I like VTubers, but I don't like appearing myself. That KBS thing happened by chance, and I should call it a big stain on my life. Haha. Once it's on the internet, you can't erase it. And I assume they have a broadcast here of the man himself. That broadcast for which I even requested deletion but failed. Sorry for uploading it. Bruh. Out of respect for the developer, I will not show it on stream. It's a Korean TV channel. Out of respect, because he said he doesn't want it, I'll hide it off screen. I already showed it on stream. It's too late, but I agree with the director, bro. Remember when I told you guys, okay, remember when we discussed remember when I was doing the challenge, the no talking challenge? I said during the no talking challenge that was probably the most miserable live stream I ever did. And I agree with that. I completely agree. The no talking challenge was so miserable for me because much like Kim Jihoon here, live streaming for me is where I, like with you guys, this is my downtime. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I get to be me. You know what I'm saying? I get to talk to you guys. I get to, you know, relieve the stress, as Kim Jihoon says. This is my stress relief. So reading this right now, it's very like Kim Jihoon's hitting really home. He's literally hitting deep right now for me right now in the middle of this. It is quite funny how he says they get the red pill, which is quite funny. It helps with mental management. It does. I can do it. Most streamers stream to talk to other people, don't they? I guess so. You know? It's more like my me time. You know? It feels nice. It helps clear my head. I don't talk a lot outside of streaming. Instead of AI earlier. This is the one time we didn't want it here. Yeah. You know, I don't talk outside of streams much. I guess if you want some lore. I pretty much never speak. Unless, like, I'm in a conversation. So, when I yap a lot here, I know maybe some people get annoyed by it, but this is the most talking I ever do in a day. Ever. And it's the best part of the day, so... I'm shy? I wouldn't say I'm shy, I'm just very reserved. I'm very just... private and tight, and I just don't want to be... You know, I don't like... being around. So when I'm here, it feels a lot better. Move down from that. Continuing on the conversation. Kim Jihoon. It's treated almost like lost media. Kim Young-ha. At first, I really asked them to erase it. But it didn't work. So even now, I'm careful not to create a new dark history. Actually, I rarely go to these places because I want to go first. I rarely go to these places because I want to go first. Oh, I'm the type to just do it without refusing when a request comes. But I always regret it. And when I actually come out and talk, I get strength again. Kim Jihoon, because the reaction is good. Kim Young-ha, that's right. When I see people who like Blue Archive talking directly and playing with the affection, I get strength. Not just me, but the entire development team is like that. That's why we do so many offline events, not just broadcasts. It's perfect for daily radio. I'm glad. I appreciate you guys. Just let you know that. I really do. I always say it, but I will always say it again. I will never not saying that I appreciate you guys. I've erased the image. Kim Jihoon. It's different when you meet in person. Kim Young-ha. That's right. When I go to offline events, most of them come with smiling faces. So far, no one has come with a knife. Kim, Kim Jihoon. So far. Kim Young-ha. That's why I think I have to work harder. Ah. I can change that for you if you want. Oh. This is very interesting. Let's move on, chat. What did overseas fans react to? Yun Wushu. You both have global fandoms. It's closer to a case where you made the game you wanted to make rather than the game aimed at the global market from the start. But it was a huge success overseas. What parts of overseas do you users think found attractive? Oh, refresh stream. Oh, is stream back? Hello? Did we die? Hello, hello, hello? It died for 5 seconds. Oh, I'm so sorry, chat. I didn't see anything. Please refresh your streams, chat. If you're on, please refresh. If you are decent. There's only 5 seconds. Sorry, my bad, chat. Normally I get notified about this, but I guess I didn't. I might be having internet issues again. I'm so sorry, chat. You know me. I fucking hate it when I get the internet issues and it stresses me out. So let's just hope that it won't do that again. Okay. So I'll just reread this because in case you guys missed it. What did overseas fans react to? Jun Wushu, you both have global fandoms. It's closer to a case where you made the game you wanted to make, rather than a game aimed at a global market from the start. But it was a huge success overseas. What part do you think the overseas users found attractive? Kim Young-ha, I think luck played a big part actually. Puare also had overseas service, but it didn't go well. Looking back at it, there were many parts we should have paid more attention to, and many points where we were lacking. Reflecting on the experience, Blue Archive was designed with the Japanese market in mind from the start. Kim Jihoon, was there a reason you chose Japan first? Kim Young-ha, you said that for this genre, it has to succeed in Japan to have a possibility in other regions. So when designing the worldview and the system, I tried to find that intersection between market trends and what we wanted to make. In that process, we chose the school theme. Kim Jihoon, the school theme itself is a familiar genre in Japan. Kim Young-ha, that's right. Instead, we tried to create our own flavor within it. Of course, I don't think it succeeded solely on our own strength. The Japanese publisher also worked really hard and various conditions matched well. Japan because anime. Pretty much. This is also AI generated. This is just disrespectful, bro. Why is this AI generated? You don't need to AI generate the whatever, bro. Blue Archive, which is gaining support and popularity in Japan. No, it's still AI generated, chat. It says it right here. This is not real art. I think. This is actual art? It says AI generated here. It's not AI. Why does it say AI generated? Actual CG got AI watermarked. Oh, so this is an actual CG. Okay. They're just putting it on. Stuff happens. Okay. Dude, I don't know what this website is fucking whack, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. This website is whack. Yongwon Shu. ProjectMoon has a high proportion of narrative and text. It seems there would be many difficulties in the overseas service process. Kim Jihoon. Before that, there is one thing I want to say. I think one of the reasons Blue Archive succeeded in Japan is its unique, refreshing feeling. There are many school-themed works, but the atmosphere Blue Archive gives is truly unique. I think that sense is hard to see in other works. Kim Young-ha. Thank you. We wanted to create a world like an ideal. But if it's just too ideal, it can feel fake. We wanted to mix in realistic parts appropriately and make the player feel like they actually exist. Kim Jihoon. I think luck was the biggest factor for ProjectMoon as well. However, there are parts we consciously tried. Although the company size is not large, we operate an internal translation team. In the past, outsourced translations was common. We needed internal responses because we had to release globally at the same time. Buzzword, 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 ideal, ideal, ideal. So wait, we operate an internal translation team. So all of their translations are internal? I mean, I knew they weren't external. Dude, those translators are going overtime. That's crazy. Yeah, lobotomy translation. So guys, if you were not aware, I believe when Lobotomy Corp first was like globally released to translations, there was they outsourced the translations to Lobotomy Corp, and it was bad. It was bad. They got scammed, I think, right? It was a scam. They got scammed. For the credits. Oh, wow. So I think they got scammed, and they had to redo it. So they just said, fuck it, we're never doing that again. We're just going to do it internally. Yeah, I'm going to just do my own thing. They kind of did that a lot for a lot of things, didn't they, after they got scammed? It wasn't just bad, it was a whole level of bad. Wow. Yeah. They got hired, one can handle it, precious, so quit. So they know memes, yeah. Abnormality is still technically a mistranslated term from the original machine translation. Really? Abnormality is a mistranslation? What's the original... What is the original term for abnormality? Because, dude, that machine translated... like, that shit landed on fire. Phantoms? Palpa? The more proper term is closer to a phantom. Oh, that's the Korean text for it. I see. Huh. Abnormality is too wedged into my brain. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, because abnormality goes way harder. Anomaly could have also been anomaly. Abnormality isn't a word? Abnormality isn't a real... Isn't abnormality a real word? Isn't something being abnormal, like an abnormality, being abnormal? Korean without a direct English translation. Damn. The one thing that Google, the machine translations cooked well on, chat, was fucking naming the phantoms. My OC keeps winning. Yeah, it is a word. Oh, it is a real word in English, maybe not in Korean. I see. Abnormal is real, abnormality is not. Oh, I said the opposite? Sorry. My bad. Abnormality is what my parents call me. Fantasy entity, kinda ass. That is ass. Hey, yo, thank you, machine, for fixing the translation on that. That's crazy. All right, let's continue on, chat, because now that I have imbued with new knowledge that I also I know I misread it. I'm sorry. Where was I up to? Here. I'll just reread this part. I think luck was the biggest factor for Project Moon as well. There are parts we consciously tried. Although the company size is not large, we operate an internal translation team. In the past, outsourced translation was common, but we needed internal responses we had to release globally at the same time. Kim Yong-ha. But isn't translation possible only when the scenario comes out? Kim Jihoon. That's right. So the translation team has a very hard time. Laughs. Still, everyone has affection for the worldview. They are working while thinking about how to convey it better. Kim Yong-ha. When did you start operating the internal translation team? Kim Jihoon. From the previous work, we handled Japanese and English internally. For other language regions, we often relied on fan translations. The reason I focus on Japanese and English is because I can read and judge those two languages myself. I thought languages where I couldn't tell if the translation was strange or not were areas I couldn't manage. No AI watermark on the Limbus company image, but there was an AI watermark on the other image? Okay. So, yeah. Chinese are also a scam. It's hard until Chinese players found a translation in error in both games. Yeah, I have heard that Chinese translations are... I'm sure they would love to do Chinese translations. I feel like they would like to if they could, but as the director says, it says, I focus on Japanese and English because I can actually read and judge those, so he reads it himself. Editor trying to scam. Dude, I don't know, bro. What the hell's good? Someone fire this editor, bro. Limbus company, which boosts a huge overseas fandom. Now let the fan do it. I mean, I think them making Limbus company have fan translation is the best thing, yeah. Opening up the language mod so you can have translation yourself is probably the best thing they've done for Limbus. Kim Yong-ha. Don't Project Moon works have proper nouns? Kim Jihoon. That's right. So the most important thing in the translation process is to maintain the texture of the worldview. For example, some words can be paraphrased in English, but I want to keep the feeling of the original text as much as possible. Ultimately, I think the things I experience while living in Korea can look fresh to people in other countries. They often say the most Korean thing is the most global. I think similarly. I think it's important to make what I can make rather than following others. Yeah, no, so that blue archive art up there was not AI generated, but it had the watermark for some reason. So obviously what this means, chat, is, and Kim Jihoon has spoken on this on live stream before, but he has spoken about it, stating that what's the word? Pretty much, but pretty much everything that he writes is from his experience, which means that yes, Kim Jihoon is a zoomer because he wrote Kira. Or at least someone wrote Kira, which means that he had to have witnessed a Kira at some point. A real life Kira. Because he only writes things about the things he experienced while living in Korea. So yes, there is a real life Kira out there. And also there's a real life Leiheng, I guess. Yeah, there's a Jetstream Sam out there. What do you mean real life Kira? Does she use old slang in Korea? I don't know. You're getting the most relatable experiences. Let's dance. Guys, maybe he just played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance and was like, put this guy in, bro. That is true. A lot of them are real life characters. Are they based on someone? No, I'm just making a joke, chat. Obviously, they're not actually based directly on someone. Kira is a TikTok brain rock girl. While Korean Kira uses old slang, it makes them cringe. Oh. I didn't know that Korean Kira is different than English Kira? I didn't know that. So English Kira is a TikTok girl, and then Korean Kira is old slang cringe. Huh. I didn't know that. Interesting. God, the game, I feel like the game is entirely different if you play it in either language, to be honest with you, which is kind of cool if you think about it. So she's using, like, slang. She's sheltered? I guess so, right? Like, outdated. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's cool, man. I like learning about this, chat. This is very interesting. Let's move on. Kim Yong-ha. Since Project Moon works have a worldview that contains from previous works, I think the translations also feel like they are growing with the development team. Kim Jihoon. That's right, fans are the same. They keep following, understanding the context, and building the worldview together, so I'm always grateful. Hard to explain? No, don't apologize. You guys are doing a very great job at explaining everything. I'm understanding everything perfectly fine. I appreciate it. What about Japanese, Kira? Oh, we don't talk about that. No, I have no idea. They don't have 6-7. They tend to use slang from the parents. Ah, right. And because it's Martius, that makes sense. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, chat. Letters from overseas fans and the meaning the game has. Yongshu, you both made games that succeeded overseas, but I don't want to talk about sales. I'm curious if there are moments when you felt, our game really succeeded when you meet overseas fans in person or encounter reactions. We do have 6-7. This planet is cooked. Alright, never mind. It's GG's, chat. Kim Jihoon. In Korea and Japan, when we set up a booth at an offline event, the line is really long. At at one event, the waiting line for the closing time was all filled up within 20 to 30 minutes of starting. So we closed the line. When we search physical scenery, you realize the popularity. This is by the way, this is referencing the I think this is referencing the first day of the exhibition. I remember this. The first day of the exhibition, yeah, the 3rd anniversary event, the first day of the anniversary exhibition, where closing time. Hung Lu Ascended Skill 3, where they feel I was there at the first day. Wait, really? Wow. I heard it was, yeah, the scalper issue. I heard there was a big scalper issue. And the line got cut off right before. Oh, I would feel so bad. Oh, I feel awful for that. I think only the first day had that issue, no? I think every other day after that, there was no issues. It was literally just the first day. Tibio Melodica. Is this also AI? No, it's just a bunch of... Oh, that's a bunch of fan art. Here, Kim Jihoon. But what remains more significant for me is the fan letters. They send a lot of letters from overseas too. Of course, I can't answer all of them, but I try to read them one by one. Among them, there are people suffering from incurable diseases and people experiencing domestic violence. There are times when those people say, I became curious about the story, so I wanted to live. Well, this game became the strength to endure. And we have fans are a big reason to continue creations. Aw, look at all this that's a lot of fan mail. What is this? Is this is this an AI generated? No, this is not AI generated. Send one? Maybe I should write a fan letter, true. Is this a Blue Archive character? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if we could send letters. Oh, this is so sweet. Fan letters are a big reason for continuous creations. Aw. Very sweet. Look at all that fan mail. It's so sweet. Stock photos. Doesn't have the watermark. Oh. Fucking AI gen got me, bro. It's AI gen. Never mind. Bum ass. Fire the director, bro. Fire the fucking editor, bro. They got me with a watermark. I couldn't see it, man. Look how fucking thin it was. Bitch. Anyway, Kim Jihoon. At those times, I think this game could be a new meaning to someone. One of the reasons I originally wanted to make games was because of that experience. I played... I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I played Persona 4 in my school days, and it was a time when I lacked social skills. But while watching the process of building relationships with people in the game, completing with the community, and interacting with characters, I came to feel that it is important to form relationships with others in reality. Persona 4? Oh my god. Well, that explains a lot. Persona 4 is like 10 years old. This is not golden, chat. Notice how he didn't say Persona 4 Golden? He said Persona 4. Guys, Persona 4 came out in 2008. According to Google. This is before Golden, because he didn't say Persona 4 Golden, he just said Persona 4. What does it explain? Well, Persona 4 is a very, like, Yu Narukami in Persona 4 is like a very antisocial character. Where Yu Narukami, which is the main character, is very, like, he does not like forming attachments with people because he's very afraid of, like, forming connections. So, in Persona 4, there are a lot of wacky ass scenarios that, like, and characters, and they're all, like, very kind of foreign to, like, see. So, Kim Jihoon is stating that, you know, I felt that it is important to form relationships because he was building relationships inside Persona 4. Yeah, Kim Jihoon's like 33. Kim Young-ha. It's like you're returning the influence you received from the game to other people. Kim Jihoon. That's right. So it's more meaningful. Kim Young-ha. I'm similar. I feel that emotion when I go overseas events or receive fan letters. I receive letters from Japan and the US, and then in them, there are stories that this game became a comfort in life. that they decided on their career path with Blue Archive as an opportunity, or if they actually became a teacher. Ah, that's sweet. Kim Yong-ha. When I hear such stories, I feel more responsible. I also think I should continue to make games that can have a good influence. Personally, I'm very happy when a lot of secondary creations come out. I also like doujin culture since I was young, since I'm very grateful when illustrators or writers I respect draw Blue Archive fan art or mention it. Kim Jihoon. It's huge at Comic Hat too. Kim Yun-ha. That's right. This time, many new goods came out again, so I'm going to go myself. I want to say thank you. Why did you become a high school teacher? Damn, Kim Jong-un is beating in the unk. You're just gonna take that? That's how dare you do that? Yong-ha is the Gen 1 otaku. Oh, wow. It is really popular. It has its own section in Comic Hat. Wow, I didn't know that. It is really that popular. Interesting. Thank you for telling me, guys. Again, I don't know anything, so anything you guys tell me. It is very popular. Yeah, I can tell from here. It seems extremely. More than I originally thought. Alright, moving on to the next one. We are talking about goals were set, but results also need luck. Youngwushu. Blue Archive now has grown to the point where it has its own genre code at Comic Hat. Did you expect this scale from the beginning? Kim Young-ha. I naturally thought of it as a goal. However, goals and results are different problems. I thought a lot about what kind of worldview to create and what kind of characters to make, what kind of stories to tell, and reach a scale where a genre code comes out of Comic Hat. We can see the event panel here. This is not AI generated. This is actually the event panel. Kim Yong-ha. Just because you thought about it doesn't mean the results follow. A genre itself is like that. Ultimately, I think it was possible because many people helped and various conditions matched well. Yongshu. Still, you had a goal. Kim Yong-ha. That's right. It was a kind of bucket list, but when you achieve one, the next goal arises. Live services cannot stop. You have to maintain the familiar flavor while showing something new, and it shouldn't be the same as before, so I kept thinking about it. Jihoon, because it has to be the familiar flavor, but a different flavor. Myung-ha. Yes, that's the hardest part. This is a real photo of them. This is them in the conference room. Interesting. Ooh. Well. What the fuck do we have here, editor-in-chief of inventglobal.com, article 22852? Could have been there. AI is just a tool. It cannot replace the creator. Oh, well, you better fucking get... I better see a really good fucking... Let's see what this has to say, shall we? Huh? Ugh. Not the full-on legal name yet, that's right. Well. Yongshu. Now it's an era where you can't help but talk about AI. In the game industry, opinions that AI shouldn't actively be used, and opinions that it should be very wary in the creative areas coexist. How do you both view AI? Alright. Let's have a read, shall we? Kim Yong-ha. I think games are a medium with two sides. It's technology and art. In the technical area, I think AI can be used. AI is very good at things like processing repetitive tasks quickly and assisting with coding or organizing data. Kim Yong-ha. But games are ultimately creative work. There is clearly an area where a person's individuality, the team's color, and the creator's taste must enter. But even if those parts are diluted by AI, I think the value can fall. Kim Yong-ha. So I think we should separate the technical area and the artistic area. I think AI can be used to solve problems with correct answers, but I think we should be much more careful in areas where we have to create our own flavor. Kim Jihoon. I think one of the reasons people consume games or movies is to feel the creator's traces. To express it a bit extremely, they are consuming the result of the creator's concentrated pain. Bro, I swear every sentence he makes is a fucking reference, bro. People who play my games are no different from tasting Kim Jihoon's tears. They like it the more painful it is. That's disrespectful as shit. Oh my god. These two are hilarious, bro. Yo, these two guys are fucking hilarious together, bro. Holy shit. Kim Jihoon. That's right, laughs. Of course, they don't like the pain itself, but they seem to like the contemplation or sincerity contained within it. But the process is not well seen in the results made by AI, because it comes out too quickly. Tano voice spoilers. Also, fuck you. Maybe it's not the creative work, but the creator's pain that is sweet. Yeah, and then you show an AI-generated image, you goddamn son of a bitch. Kim Jihoon. I think someday, marks like organic marks might be attached to games. Like, this game did not use AI. I think an era will come where they emphasize that it was made slowly, like slow food, but that the creator's time was put into it as much. Kim Yong-ha. I think AI is very useful for testing various ideas quickly. However, I think the person ultimately has to choose to implement the good results. Now remember, this text is also translated wrong, so we don't actually know exactly what they're saying. Because this is all AI generated, or machine translated, or whatever. Kim Jihoon. If a person who could do 100 things in 10 hours can do 1,000 things thanks to AI, it's a good thing. But I don't think people want to work for only 1 hour because of that. Ultimately, isn't it an important thing how much time the creator spent thinking? Kim Yong-ha. AI often gives very exemplary answers. It's the same when writing email replies or organizing documents. It writes very excellent sentences, but when I read them, it doesn't seem like I wrote them. Ultimately, I end up rewriting them. Kim Jihoon. It doesn't have a person's own texture. Kim Yong-ha. That's right. I think human flaws, the biases and tastes, are ultimately a person's flavor. I think creative works also feel alive when only those things are appropriately included. Dude, if I ever see an organic watermark, I'm gonna crash out, bro. Pretty much, chat, they both agree that AI should not be used in the creative process, which is the biggest thing. No AI allowed in the creative process. But even they talk about, like, even the tasks that they're like, oh, you know, I'll use AI to write my email, and then he's like, I don't even like it anyway. It's like, it writes sentences, but when I read them, I don't even like them. So it's like, yeah, made by 100 humans. It's like, even the stuff that it does well, supposedly, is not good. No AI in my art. Maybe the code. I think it depends, man. It's a tool. Yeah. It's just fast food. Yeah. This is why Kim Jihoon is base. Like, I think this argument here from Kim Yong-ha is a perfect example, right? Because he literally says, it's the same when writing emails or replies. It writes a very excellent sentence, but when I read them, it doesn't seem like I wrote them. Ultimately, I end up rewriting them anyway. So it's like, well, what the fuck, right? So, it doesn't have a person's own texture. Moving on from this. It sucks, let's rewrite it. An error where anyone can make. What's more important is one owns thing. Youngwoo Shu. It seems difficult to completely exclude AI in the future. Then by what criteria will you both use AI? Ooh, here we go. Here we go, let's have a look. Kim Jihoon. Kim Jihoon. I don't have the thought of becoming a person who leads technology. The reason I want to make games is not because of technology, but because I chose games as a mean to convey stories. So if AI is naturally accepted in the industry and good use cases are accumulated, I think we could follow it according to our method then. Youngwoo Shu. Because large companies are already making the path in front. Kim Yong-ha. I am still using AI in the technical area. It is very useful for doing research, organizing materials, or making documents. It can be used to assist coding or find bugs. If I can save time in these parts, I can focus on the more important content production. However, I think we should be much more cautious in the core areas of creation, like illustration, character designs, and stories. Yongshu. Ultimately, you mean it should be used as a tool to implement the creator's intent. Yes, I think that line should be kept. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about this. So Kim Jihoon obviously says, I'm not going to do it, but if it becomes the future... Because you remember, this is also AI translated as well, right? I see bigger companies using it. If it becomes naturally accepted and good usage cases are accumulated, which is this part here. So it's like not actually, you know, it's not, what do you call it? It's not like ruining real people, right? Memory versus experience thing. I think we could follow it. I don't think they will. I think even though Kim Ji-hoon said this, chat, I don't actually think they will do AI. Ever. Like, I know he says AI is naturally accepted in this industry. I think he's just saying this he's just saying this to be nice. I don't think he actually means this. And why? The reason I say that is because literally the entire point of the fucking city is that AI is bad. Like, we hate AI. I don't think he really... I think he's saying it, obviously, to be like... It's a PR answer. This is definitely a PR answer. He does not mean this, like... Maybe he does actually mean it, but I think he does not mean this exactly. I think he's being nuanced about it. He's like, if it becomes industry standard and, like, you know, it becomes available and accessible in the industry, then I guess we'll follow it according to what we do, right? It's just a what if, so it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, I really doubt it's going to happen. But Angela. And then, as we said from Kim Guan, he says, I use it in the technical areas. It's useful doing research, organizing, and making documents. It can be used to assist coding or find bugs. But remember, he also then said before it's a tool for the intent. Not only that, but it doesn't even do this well because it's like inhuman. So it's like, fuck. And then AI image. Yeah, and then we get hit with an AI image. Ultimately, you mean it should be kept as a tool to implement creators' intent. Yes, I think that line should be kept. So, never AI in creatives, pretty much. Angela GPT. Yeah, I don't think they will ever do it. I don't believe they will ever do it. Then we have a fucking... Speaking of AI, we got a shitty AI image here. Anyone can make, but what anyone cannot make be chosen. Fuck you, editor. Bum editor. Moving on. Youngwoo-shu. Then how do you see the option of starting a business in the AI area? God. Youngwoo-shu. Can we not talk about fucking AI for 3 fucking segments in a row? An era will come where you can make games with fewer people than now. This guy's pissing me off, bro. Hey. This guy's starting to... Can we talk about the other shit instead of the fucking AI for like 4 pages now? Kim Ji-hoon. I think it will definitely be a help. As Steam appeared... Okay, he's talking about Game Newell. The entry barrier for game distribution was greatly lowered, and thanks to the Unity or Unreal Engine, development itself became much easier. I think AI can lower the barrier once more. Kim Ji-hoon. In the past, there must have been people who gave up because they didn't have the technology, even if they wanted to make it. But now more people will be able to challenge. However, just because it becomes an era where anyone can make it, it doesn't mean anyone can succeed. Kim Young-ha. I think similarly. These days, AIs can make action game prototypes quite quickly. If it becomes an era where anyone can make similar things, I think one's own color will become more important. Kim Young-ha. Ultimately, competitiveness will be one's own thing, not technology. Starting a business is one way, and accumulating experience within a company is also another way. I think there's clearly an advantage you can experience trial and error and grow within the system called a company. Pretty much, what they're, like, dead ass, what they're saying is, even if it becomes a thing, it doesn't matter because you have to actually be good. Like what Kim Ji-hoon and Kim Young-ha are saying is like, even if it becomes acceptable to do AI, it doesn't matter because you have to actually make something good. So you can make a slop fest, but it doesn't matter. You have to make something good or else it doesn't matter. you might as well just do it the old way. You might as well just do it the OG way and just do it competitively. Because, you know, you're a creator, all right. Just not a super one. Unreal Engine. Yeah. The slop thickens. Fact. Alright, let's move on from this AI talk, because no one likes AI talk. You have to polish the flavor you like to the end. Yunmushu, it seems like it's time to finish. Among those here today, there must be many who want to make their own games in the same position as you someday. Lastly, I would like to ask for... One Piece? Dude, how many references have we had in this interview chat? We've had like 12 references of advice each. If you would talk according to the topic of altruism, what is the one thing you must not forget when to make the game that you want to make? One Piece collab? That would be fire, bro. It would never happen, but that would be fire. Kim Yong-ha. We talked about flavor all day today, and I think I have to finish with that story. It's also a thought I've been having more recently. In English, it's called taste. I often hear that the taste is ultimately important, not only in the game industry, but in other fields. Kim Yong-ha. Taste can be a preference, or it can be an eye for quality. I think everyone here is thinking about game development because they like games. Then I hope you keep asking yourself, what kind of game do I like? What genre do I like? What system do I like? What worldview and story do I like? Kim Yong-ha. I think the process of repeating such questions and sharpening the flavor you like is important. Ultimately, I think the process of finding the flavor only you can produce and advancing it will become more important in the future. And then they show a fucking AI goddamn slop image. You fucking son of a bitch. It means to polish what you are best at, as much as you like the most. Fuck you! Get this shit off my screen. Kim Jihoon. I agree. However, I want to talk from the perspective of starting a business. You talked about luck several times today, and looking back, I also think luck was ultimately the most important part. Kim Jihoon. The company is entering its 10th year this year, and there were people who worked much harder than me, and many people who were more capable than me. Still, I saw many cases where they closed the company, or the team was disbanded. Ultimately, the element of luck clearly exists in whether you succeed or not. But luck is not an area I control. Then ultimately, the important thing is how long you can endure until luck comes. Mental stamina, physical stamina, and strength to keep moving forward are important. I often compare it to floating on water. To keep floating on water, you have to keep paddling. The moment you stop struggling, you sink. Ultimately, I think the important thing is how long you can paddle. But that is really difficult than I thought. Even now, I'm in the middle of finding the answer. Kim Yong-ha. Ultimately, I think life is a gacha. Kim Jihoon. That's right. Kim Yong-ha. However, if you pull a lot of gacha, you can get the results you want someday. Ultimately, the important thing is you keep trying, while raising the probability little by little. Don't say life is a gacha, bro. Life is a gacha. Okay, so Kim Yong-ha said life is a gacha, not Kim Ji-hoon, bro. Kim Yong-ha said life's a fucking gacha, bro. It's just pull, bro. Hey, guys, just pull, bro. You're not pulling enough. Look at that. We got the 3 of him here. Oh. Ah, here we go. Ah. This article was originally written in Korean and translated with the help of an NCAI. It was then edited by a native English-speaking editor. All AI series translations are reviewed and refined by a newsroom. Editor's pick. I'm not gonna put the email. Hey, it wasn't AI. It was an AI and then edited by an English speaker. So I guess that's why. Hey, translation stuff. Well, chat, that's the interview. Pretty good. Why is Roland there? Pretty good interview. Damn, he does look dapper. Especially with the nouns. Yeah, it struggled a bit, and obviously I don't support that. Please just fucking hire a normal translator. It's way easier than you think. Will I be gambling? Yes, I will. So, pretty good. So I must say, guys, I knew nothing about the Blue Archive director. But he seems kind of fucking chill, bro. Hey. Kim Yong-ha, I can see why these two respect each other. Right? He seems to just have his own vision and he just wants to do that. He just likes a thing and he just wants to do it. Respect. Kim Jihoon, he just wants to do his own thing. Respect. Fuck AI, by the way. No collab. I do not believe there will be a collab, chat. You know Kim Jihoon is very strict when it comes to his collabs, and Arknights was the only exception I think we're ever gonna get. It was good dialogue. Honestly, can I just say the best parts of the interview is when the fucking third guy wasn't asking fucking AI questions, bro. You know? When fucking what's his name? Where is he? When fucking Youngwoo Shu wasn't asking a fucking stupid question about AI, and then these two were just talking to each other. That shit was the best. I wish they kept the pack. True. Kim Ji-hoon and Kim Yong-ha talking to each other. That shit was fire writing. I just wanted them to keep talking back and forth to each other. PR questions, yeah. It's just, I mean, it's a Nexon event. PR questions. I mean, I get it. I understand. It's a big event thing, so. It focuses on hope vehicles and stuff. Yeah, which is different. That is true. I think the thing is, I think they respect each other's works, that they don't want to impede each other. It is inevitable. Yeah, unfortunately, it is just an inevitable future. They were doing Kim to Kim communication, and then Young was interrupting it, dude. They should invite him to the next Riot event, dude. That would be funny. He was really pushing it. Yeah, that guy was really trying to get them to say positive stuff about AI, bro. They really, I'm sure if you, and again, remember, this is translations, AI translations, so I'm not sure how it sounded in person. We don't have context like tones and body language and stuff, so we're just reading off this, but it sounds like they really didn't want to talk about AI, bro. They just wanted to talk about games, bro. You know, they did not want to talk about AI, bro. They just wanted to talk about fucking making video games, bro. And they had to keep answering the fucking AI question. Four fucking AI questions, bro. Enough with the goddamn AI questions. But that was pretty good. They do laugh a lot. Yeah, they laugh. So they're laughing because they know, like, you know. Sponsors? Yeah, it's probably a sponsor thing. Yeah. The Kim to Kim was the best part. Oh yeah, Kim to Kim communication was the best part. Yeah, this isn't the case with BA. Yeah, I assume that this would be a completely different scenario. It's hard to explain, but it's a thing in Korea. Okay, that's alright. You don't have to explain. AI is the hottest topic. Ah, that would explain why. I guess because, I mean, didn't Kim Ji-hoon literally say something that, like, Korea is the leading for stuff? Like, they lead stuff? Like, you know. So, I guess it would make sense that AI is, like, the current Korea topic. Where, like, you know. It makes sense. It makes sense. Overall, I think this was a good interview. I don't like the AI images. I wish they just, like, okay, why do they have AI images? They should have just put more panels of this. Like, I would have just preferred panels of the actual event, or they put normal Limbus company on here, but this is a real BA picture, but it has an AI generated watermark on it. I would have just preferred if they had more of these fucking shots. I don't know, whatever. I would like to see them talk without a third party. I don't understand that either. But overall, a good interview between the three. I think I came out a lot. I had no expectations for Kim Yong-ha, but I have to admit, he does kind of have that, you know, I can see the passion, which I respect. And Kim Jihoon respects him, and if Kim Jihoon respects him, I respect him. Kim Jihoon's the GOAT. Yeah, the entire Calculus thing. All right. Oh, sorry. What was that now? The collab? No, there's no collabs, chat. No collabs. There shall be no collabs. Bum, 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 bum. Go sleep now? No, chat. I still gotta do my dailies. I guess I'll explain what we're doing now. We've still got a bit. It's still a bit early. I don't want to end too early. I think I should just do my dailies. I'm not gonna end right now, chat. It's far too early, chat. It's only been an hour and a half, man. It's nothing. Let's do my dailies first. I haven't done my dailies today. Let's do some dailies. I probably won't do Mirror Dungeon, but I'll do dailies. Let's do like 3 waves. I think we should open Delta Room. Thoughts on the interview? I guess just to clarify some thoughts. I liked it. It was very interesting to see the 2 of them discuss the same issues and problems they had. Thank you guys, by the way, in chat for everyone who was clarifying and translating anything. And helping with the... and also, guys, thank you for being respectful. Remember, we are being respectful about the whole thing. So I'm proud. We're very happy with you guys. Chill asleep. Yeah, I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. Why do I have less than 100 modules? Because I spend them. It was fun providing context. Thank you guys to everyone who helped provide context. If you want to leave now, it is done. We are finished with the main gimmick of the stream. Reading done. Daily time. Wow. After this chat, I will probably I'll probably end it. Yeah. But first, I'll do my dailies. Because I haven't done my dailies today. I missed out on modules, man. Is this a bull team? Yeah, this is This is my, is there a TLDR? Not at the moment. No, but pretty much it was just the 2 directors talking about their experiences together, how they made their games, what they think about like the future and stuff like that. Look at my poise count, by the way. I got some juice poise count. Nah, there will be no mirror. Oh, Dante's note. Is there a new Dante's note, chat? Oh, I'll read the Dante's note. Yeah, we're not going to be doing mirror dungeon. I will read the Dante's note. Once I finish this event, this XP, I'll do yeah, tomorrow will be the update. I'll release the video early, by the way. I will upload the video early if it runs. And update is tomorrow, obviously. Go. Do you think they'll change her ammo type? Nah. She'll still have acceleration ammo. So tomorrow is Reflectrial, by the way, guys, as a reminder. Reflectrial is tomorrow. We obviously will be playing Reflectrial on the day. It's going to be very awesome, I hope. Very cool. And yeah, we're just gonna take a chill, do my dailies, and we'll read the Dante's note after this. Have I read about the band behind Kamui game? What do you mean? Is it a Dante note? If there's a Dante note, I haven't read anything about it yet. What wave is it, by the way? Wave 1? I'll just do 1 wave. I put 3 waves in here, but I'll just read the Dante's note first. Is Kim wave next? No, Kim's tomorrow. Kim Reflectrial. Kim's wife Reflectrial's tomorrow. I caught it. Hello. Update tomorrow. Update is tomorrow. What's the video about? It may or may not be about Lobotomy Corp. There's a lot of Dante notes. Yeah, there's a Dante note per day up to that date. Kim Jihoon. 3 modules. Let me look at the Dante note.
이제
Dante
말씀하시오.
note, Dante note. Aha! Limbus Company, the LCD. Ooh, this is a chunky one. All right, let's read the record for Limbus Company, the LCD, from 985.3.5, record 3. LCD's on-site investigation reasoning team resolves the distortion phenomenon by searching for what they call the inflection points, in the process of which they reason out and investigate the cause of the distortion. The situation around it and the nature of its power may have been gained due to those circumstances. Meanwhile, the bus team's method is to open the dungeon of the Fathoms to directly peer into the distortion's past, or simply suppress it using the Force until it turns back. And since this can't even be attempted without me, I suppose it can't be helped that Moses' team has to work in their own way. That said, finding these inflection points is apparently a task that requires a huge amount of time without Moses, who can observe the progress and warning signs of the distortion phenomenon with the naked eye. I'd say that's another kind of power irreplaceable for their team, though in a completely different direction from mine. Now that I think about it, what would I look like through Moses' eyes? She said she saw a glass-like sword of many edges in Ryoshu's case. Considering the events that transpired following Moses' observation, maybe she could give me a clue about who I was before I lost my memories. Very interesting lore. That is very interesting. Does Dante have a distortion? Or is Dante the exception because Dante has a golden bow? Very interesting. Very interesting. Not bad. Block shenanigans. Dante lore. Very much. Also, a glass sword of many edges. Damn. Didn't even feel any egos? Oh! Efflorest ego. Oh, shit! I didn't even see that. When did that happen? Okay, we have a new... Oh, alright. A new tab of Efflorest ego. Efflorest ego. Record 1. Ego manifested by one's own self rather than being extracted from abnormalities. Moses' pipe can alleviate mental strain through white smoke, and the scabbard Arya turned into can select which of Ryoshu's memories are cut off by Arya Shiki when she uses the blade. Just today? Oh. This leads me to believe that ego are not always combat orientated. If anything is shared between extracted ego and effloresced ego, is they seem to take the form of weapons, armor, or tools without exception. This seems to be where they differ from most distortions, which transform and warp the human body. Sora, the index apprentice of the House of Spiders, said that one needs an unshakable conviction about what's good and evil to effloresce their ego. When I think about Ahab and Donrang, though, that conviction doesn't necessarily have to be right, I suppose. The ego bamboo-headed Kim effloresced at the end seemed somewhat unstable. Does that mean he's still lacking conviction? Then how could he manifest one to begin with? Oh my god, Kim has volatile ego? Oh. Ishmael conjectured that while Kim may still lack a conviction of his own and is mired in fear and anxiety, he is slowly taking steps toward the direction he chose, and that may have helped manifest his ego. If so, perhaps a person whose efflorescence is unstable might someday distort again once they are devoured by conviction and anxiety instead of mastering them. Just like Philip. Yep, we have volatile ego. This is our second confirmed case of volatile ego. That means Bamboo Hanakim has volatile ego. Wow. I did not think about that. I did not, dude. Damn. Damn. Interesting. I guess it is unstable. Yeah, I guess it's unstable ego, which is the current... Well, I mean, we know it's called volatile because the buff is volatile, but it's kind of like how you call ego psychomint. So you could say that this is like unstable psychomint. And then like volatile ego is the... Ezra's is also volatile. Yeah, technically Ezra... Her one gets summoned by Yuria, which is like some bullshit that Yuria has. He's like Phil Claire. Yeah, so he has like half of it. So all this on the Korean account talking about this. Ah. As far as I'm aware, it's just Philip who had volatile ego. I'm pretty sure Ezra had some ego stuff going on with her, but it was because of Yuria and also the distortion river. They were in like the river. There was a river that was like forcing their manifesting their like distortions. Zhao had volatile too. Yes, you're right. Sorry, Zhao also did have volatile. My bad. Yeah. I forgot that. Excuse me. I forgot that Zhao also had volatile during the fight. I think it is only referenced as volatile as Philip. I think it's literally just Philip. It's the only time they reference it as volatile. It's not even ego. It's called volatile passion. Oh, no, here we go. Volatile ego state. Literally here. Volatile ego, wax and pinion. So, yeah, I guess that is either the name. I mean, I'm still going to call it volatile ego because it clearly, you know, half, but I guess they could say like unstable ego, volatile ego, translation differences. The sheep manifests into a fridge or a sheep? Both. She's very fat. Wax and Pinion is an awesome name. True. What is Kim's ego name? We don't know. Bamboo hat? Is that the bamboo hat? Oh, I think I need to do my thread.
의뢰 내용이 좀 복잡했지만
Forsooth!
뭐 본인이 해결 못하긴 하지. 장애물은 전부
We'll need more explanations. Oh, absolutely, we're gonna need more explanations. Grab this. Boop. Look at that! I'm almost at my first 1,000. Pretty happy with that. What if Dante's clock is also an ego? Potentially, could be some sort of F-Florist ego. Bamboo hatted Kim. Yep. Like the volatile looked so minimal. It was the hat. Watching this stream, hey, I'm glad you can enjoy. You probably should get up there. This is obviously about tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Reflectual W. Store the golden bow. Potentially. Bamboo hatted hat. Bamboo hatted. His sword got larger? That is true. It might be his Korean name. Oh, interesting. It was the hat and sword? Yeah, it was both. I guess that's why it's volatile. Alright, well, guys, I know it's a little bit early, for now. It has only been 2 hours, and normally I like to do 3-hour streams, but because of what we were doing today and how tired I am, I will instead be uploading the video. After stream ends, I'll be uploading the video, which will be a Lobotomy Corp video, so I hope you enjoy the Lobotomy Corp series. And tomorrow we will play Reflectrial. We will be there at the same time as per usual, chat. We will play Reflectrial. Good luck tomorrow, guys. On your Reflectrials, let me know how it goes. Obviously, don't spoil anything. Just a very low cortisol one for today. Tomorrow we'll be back in high energy to participate in the ass whooping that I'm about to commence. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you guys for joining. And I will see you all tomorrow. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.